Today we are going to learn how to install Virtualbox and how to install Windows Vista OS on that Virtualbox. So the first thing we're going to do is go to google.com. We're going to type in Virtualbox. Virtualbox is hosted by Oracle and it's a free download. Just go to their site and go to downloads, and depending on what you want to run it on, Linux, Mac, Windows, we are going to use a Windows host for this video. Save the file, and this download is pretty big, so when this finishes you're going to go see in your downloads, and I've already downloaded it, you have the Virtualbox executable installer. So we're going to run this. Go through here, just click next, next, and yes, install. We can go ahead and exit this out. I've already put in the Windows Vista OEM installation disk, and this is here. We are going to install the OS from a disk today. And you can see here's the setup file, all the language packages, and it's everything you need from an IO for Vista. Alright, and you want to allow permissions. So in Virtualbox, we see welcome to Virtualbox. Go to virtualbox.org for more information. We can go file and we can do appliances. Here's where we're going to add our new machines. So we're going to go ahead and add a new one. And our OS is a Windows based, and it is Windows Vista. So, and we're going to go ahead and title it Windows Vista Virtual Machine. So we're going to click next. And this is where you can allocate your RAM. You don't want to exceed more than half of your computer's RAM, or your main desktop and OS may crash. So I like to stick about 1.5 gigs of RAM. This is where we create the hard drive. We're going to go ahead and create a virtual hard drive. And we do want to do a virtual disk image. We're going to go ahead and dynamically allocate it. And this is where we select the hard drive size for our virtual machine. I currently have a 120 solid state, so I don't want to use probably more than 30, but we're going to stick with 25 for now. And you can go higher or lower depending on how much size you have to spare. So now we see a Windows Vista VM, and we're going to see a couple things in here: our display, our storage, audio, and all this pulls from your main PC. So we're going to go ahead and power it on real quick. Okay. And we have nothing in here right now, so we're going to go ahead and cancel that for now. And we see we have nothing to boot because there's no OS. See, we failed. So we need to go back. We're going to power it off. And now what we need to do is actually add the OS on here. So if we go on settings, we're going to see our name, description of it, in case you want to give a description of your virtual for office or play. Then we can go advanced, basic, name for it. System, we can reallocate our RAM, how many processors we want to use. Display, you can allow better quality to use your graphics card on the virtual machine instead of the desktop. Okay, so, we have our audio, we have our networks, serial ports, USB, and our shared folders. So we're going to go to storage. So we're going to go to IDE controller, and we're looking at our CD is empty right now. So our CD DVD drive, we want to add are choose a virtual CD disk file. Or since ours is in the host drive, you can check your host drive. We have a host drive of D, Windows Vista. So we're going to go over here and we're going to pick our CD and do host drive D. We're going to click OK. And now we're going to go ahead and boot this up. And you can hear the CD running. And it's going to tell you this is running in 32-bit instead of 64-bit. This is where you're going to see the Windows. Alright, so this is telling us what I'd like to install. We're going to do Windows Vista, we're going to do a Home Service Pack, a Premium, and an Ultimate Service Pack. This is all terms and conditions. We're going to go ahead and accept. And we can't upgrade because we've never actually had a copy of this before. So we're going to go ahead and do a clean copy of Windows. Alright, so we have a disk 0 with 25 gigs of unallocated space. So we're going to select our drive and click next. Okay, and now we're at where we can log in and choose a username. So we're going to go ahead and type my name, and we're going to type a password. And normally you would type a password hint here. And just go ahead and pick your picture. We'll go with the chess pieces. Verify this is your computer name, and you can choose a desktop. We'll just go with the standard. And we have a couple options here. We can install the recommended updates or only do important ones. And we're just going to do important ones for now. We're going to go ahead and pick our time zone. We're in the Eastern time here. And it will adjust the time accordingly. And we're going to be using this at home. And now we're going to go ahead and start up our Windows Vista. And our desktop has loaded. And you see it's a new virtual. We got our Vista running. And it's going to go ahead and install those important updates we had earlier. And you can see it is a fully operational Vista OS. We can go in here. We're going to check our hard drive status. And we're going to see we have 18 gigs free. And you'd probably want to have more than this if you were going to use this for anything serious. And we have documents, pictures, just our standard virtual OS with everything on here. And here's our little welcome center message describing how much RAM we have in here and everything to do with Vista.